Most gardeners assume compost is complete once it looks dark, crumbly, and ready. That assumption is where the problem starts. The biggest mistake is treating compost as a final product instead of an active system that can still be upgraded. When compost is used on its own without the right biological boosters, it releases nutrients in short bursts, then quickly tapers off, leaving roots hungry again within days. That cycle is why plants look great for a short time after feeding, then suddenly slow down, lose color, or stall completely. The soil isn't failing instantly, it's running out of sustained microbial energy. Within the first minute of managing compost properly, I always check the real condition of the soil system I'm working with. That's where the Humus-Rich 4-in-1 soil moisture meter becomes genuinely useful in real garden setups. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It helps you see whether your compost is actually integrating into the soil or just sitting there inactive due to poor moisture balance, incorrect pH, or low biological activity. Because here's something most gardeners miss: compost doesn't feed plants directly. It feeds microbes, and those microbes feed the roots. If the conditions aren't right, that chain breaks, and your compost becomes underperforming organic matter instead of a living nutrient engine. Now let's talk about the forgotten additive that changes everything. The ingredient most people overlook is not expensive, rare, or complicated. It's bioactive carbon material, things like biochar, partially decomposed woody material, or finely processed coconut husk charcoal. When combined correctly with compost, it becomes a long-term microbial housing system. Instead of nutrients flushing away quickly, they get held in place, stored, and released gradually over time. This is where most compost systems fail. Without a stable structure to hold microbial colonies, compost breaks down too fast, especially in container gardens where water flow is inconsistent. Roots get short-term feeding instead of continuous support. When I prepare compost for long-term feeding, I don't just mix organic waste and wait. I integrate a small percentage of carbon-based structure material into the compost pile itself. For every 10 parts of compost material, I add about 1 part biochar or similar carbon structure. This ratio is enough to increase microbial retention without disrupting decomposition speed. What happens next is what most gardeners never see. Instead of compost becoming used up, it turns into a living reservoir. Microbes colonize the porous carbon structure, creating a stable environment where nutrients don't just pass through, they cycle repeatedly. This is what allows roots to feed continuously instead of intermittently. In container gardens, this effect is even more noticeable. Pots normally lose nutrients quickly because water drains them out. But when compost is paired with carbon-based structure, the system starts behaving more like soil in nature, stable, self-regulating, and resilient. I've tested this in raised beds and hydroponic adjacent soil systems, and the difference is consistent. Plants fed with structured compost show deeper root penetration, stronger stem thickness, and fewer nutrient deficiency spikes compared to standard compost-only setups. But here's where experience matters. Adding too much of this material can slow decomposition or lock nutrients unnecessarily. That's why balance is critical. You want retention, not stagnation. Compost should still breathe, still move, and still evolve. Another mistake I see often is people mixing compost additives without checking soil conditions first. If moisture levels are off, or if the root zone is too dry or too saturated, even the best compost system underperforms. That's why I always monitor the actual growing environment rather than guessing. Tools like the Humus-Rich 4-in-1 meter help remove that guesswork. Instead of assuming your compost is working, you can confirm whether moisture, light exposure, and soil conditions are actually supporting microbial life. Without that feedback, you're just hoping your system is working. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out, because compost success is never just about what you add, it's about what your soil is actually capable of supporting. Once compost is upgraded with stable carbon structure and balanced environmental conditions, something shifts. The soil stops acting like a temporary feeding medium and starts behaving like a living ecosystem. Roots don't just absorb nutrients, they interact with a stable network that keeps feeding them over time. That's the difference between short-term growth and sustained plant health. Most gardeners focus on adding more inputs. The real advantage comes from building systems that hold and recycle what you already add. When you understand compost as a living process instead of a finished material, everything changes: your yields, your soil health, and your long-term gardening costs. If you found this useful, subscribe to FarmLogic. We focus on real soil systems, practical compost science, and gardening methods that actually hold up in real backyard, container, and food growing environments. And share this video with someone who still treats compost like a one-time fertilizer. They're missing the real power of soil biology.